here with Donna Peterson. She is the Director of Special Education, and we're going to give you some reopening updates as far as special education goes. So Donna, will students who are receiving instruction virtually still get special education and 504 services?
Yes, all students will get their services. If they're served under Section 504, their 504 plan will still be in place. Those accommodations will be met in a virtual world. They may look different than their face-to-face, but the teachers will have access to their accommodations and they can make those adjustments to their curriculum. Students in special education will still have their IEP in effect. If they're in a life skills classroom, we have specially designed programs for them. If they're in a behavior classroom, we have some special programs for them to work on. If they're inclusion or resource, our teachers will be looking at the general education curriculum and making those modifications per their IEP.
For those students who join us in person starting September 14th, what, if anything, is going to change for them?
Students that will be coming to school face-to-face, their instruction will pretty much look the same as always. Their 504 plans, their IEPs will be in effect with their teachers and the paraprofessionals as always. One added piece will be is making sure that they know how to access the technology programs that we have for them. In the event that we get closed down again for COVID, it's a seamless transition back to virtual.
So for some classrooms, it will be easier to maintain proper social distancing, but others will be more challenging, like in a life skills class. So what are we going to do to make sure that our students and staff are protected?
We issued some extra PPE equipment to our SPED teachers. They received face shields, K95 masks, regular face masks. They received wipes so they can disinfect their areas. They got gloves. Life skill classroom teachers and OTs, PTs received disposable gowns that they could wear because they have more direct contact with students. We also purchased sneeze guards so that in classrooms where students with disabilities were not able to wear a mask, we can provide that barrier between students. We also purchased masks for students with auditory impairments where it's a plastic see-through to aid with being able to read teachers' lips. Some students that may make them feel more comfortable because the whole mouth isn't covered. We also have face shields that the students can wear. If they can't wear that mask right up against their face, we can try a face shield. But we've made sure that we have some extra PPE in the classroom for our students.
So for some of our students with special needs, seeing their teacher with a mask or a face shield or an extra overlays over their clothing, that could be really scary for them. So what can parents do to help prepare them for that?
Parents, if you go to the TCISD website and go to the special education page, we have a section that's called priming videos. One of the things that's really important to do with students with special needs is to kind of front load information so that they have time to generalize it. There's a page on there that you click on and it has hand washing videos, social distancing, wearing a face mask, and it has social stories that you can start reading with your child about why do we need to wear a face mask, why do we need to social distance, how do we wear a face mask, why do we need to wash our hands. There's hand washing song videos so they can practice now. While we're doing 3 weeks virtual, the teachers would be great. That way they could see, I'm your teacher, I'm wearing a face mask, and take their face mask off. So that way they can see their teacher with the face mask on and without a mask. So over the 3 weeks, it'll kind of give them a little more acclimation to what their teacher looks like with a mask and what they look like without a mask.
So some of our students with special needs might have sensory issues or medical condition that will prohibit them from being able to wear a mask, or what stipulations do we have in place for them?
So students with sensory issues and those students that have a physical impairment where wearing a face mask makes breathing a little cumbersome, we know that those students are not going to be able to wear a mask. We will try as best we can to work with them, but there are some students that we know that due to their disability won't be able to. Those are going to be the classrooms where we have the big plastic sneeze guards to provide a barrier for them.
Art meetings. I know arts are very important in the special education department, so will those meetings still be taking place with parents?
Yes, parents will still have their art meetings and 504 meetings. At any time, a parent can call and request an art meeting. Most of them will be held virtually, just to make sure we're still social distancing. There may be some arts that will be need to held face-to-face, but generally, all of our meetings will be held in a virtual world.
So Donna, we know that consistent routines and schedules are very important for students with special needs. So what can parents do at home to create that consistency while the students are doing virtual learning?
With the first 3 weeks going virtual, you have that link to learning schedule that's online, and you have our 3-week virtual scheduling, so it's going to be important to get them up in the morning, get them dressed, brush their teeth, get breakfast, and get them into that routine. If you go to the Texas City website, to the special education page, there are some examples of visual schedules that you could make for your child to kind of get them acclimated into doing daily routines every day. So it will be a good idea to get them up. It's time for school, we need to brush our teeth, we need to get up, we're gonna have breakfast, and get them in that routine. And we do have some resources on our website to help you learn how to create a visual schedule for your child.
So Donna, is there anything else that I didn't ask you about that seems to be a recurring question among special education parents?
Yes, parents, we know that these are difficult times, and this is my 39th year in education and have never seen anything like this. We know it was a hard decision. Do I let my child come back face to face? Do I want to stay virtual? I want to stay virtual, but they don't do well on the computer. And can I have another paper packet? Parents, we're here for your child, and we know that these are tough decisions to make, and you make the decision that's best for your child and for your family. If there are concerns with the work that they're doing, they're not able to get online, call the school, ask for an art meeting, and we work together to help solve those problems. We're here to educate your child, and you're part of that process. You know your child best, so if there's something that's not going right, whether they're in face-to-face or virtual, call the school, call for an art meeting or a 504 meeting so that we can work together so that we can provide your child their education, their accommodations, their IEPs. So we appreciate your support. You've always been supportive in working with us, with your child, and we appreciate it.
So thank you, Donna, for joining us today, and we just want to let you know she mentioned a couple of different links, like the special education department link, as well as links to resources for games and songs that you can introduce your child to, and we will make sure that we include those in the comment section here.